Love and hate on the one that from no one out. Love and hate on the one that from no one out.
Nothing happened on the longest day of summer, that's the point. The heat flattened everything, the joint. Between morning and afternoon dissolved the anointment. The boredom so complete it became its own appointment. We're living 9 years old in the block, moving at the speed of tar the clock. On the kitchen wall, the only stock that was trading 11:30 the knot of the heat on every surface. The porch too hot to sit on. The torch of July pressing everything. The scorch of the pavement through my soles. The porch railing burning my palm. I touched it anyway. The ritual of the summer day that has no plan. The essay of the bored child. The relay. The longest summer day when absolutely zero happened. And I was 9 and bored and everything was flattened by the heat. But I was so alive I could taste the air. The longest summer day, I was right there. I threw a ball against the wall for an hour straight. The rhythm of the bounce became the freight train of my afternoon. The weight of the boredom lifted by the rate of the rubber on the brick. The sink of the catch, the brink of the meditation that I didn't think was meditation. The link between the throw and the catch and the throw. Again, the slow discovery of the flow state that boredom produces. The low hum of the summer holding still while I threw the ball. The grill of the sun on my back. The thrill of absolutely zero. The fill. All I hear from all I live. The longest summer day when absolutely zero happened. And I was 9 and bored and everything was flattened by the heat. But I was so alive I could taste the air. The longest summer day, I was right there. The ice cream truck at 4 was the only event. The currency of the afternoon spent on a 50-cent bar. The dent in my pocket, the rent I paid for the sweetness, the block coming alive briefly for the stock of the truck's arrival. The clock moving again, the knock of the jingle fading down the street. The return of the heat, the ball against the wall. The beat of the longest day, the complete absence of anything important. The gift of the empty afternoon, the rift between boredom and presence. The drift of a 9-year-old summer, the lift. All I hear from all the longest summer day when absolutely zero happened. And I was 9 and bored and everything was flattened by the heat. But I was so alive I could taste the air. The longest summer day, I was right there. The wall still stands, the ball is gone. The heat returns each July to flatten the street. 9 years old and bored is hard to beat. The longest summer day, the ball, the repeat.
From the jump, I said I make it out the right way.
Not the fast way.
Not the fast way, the way that's gonna stay. From the jump,
I kept the vision when the vision was all I had.
from the jump,
And looking back,
it wasn't back.
second 17 with the notebook, and the dream in the notebook. No blueprint, no connect, no second look from anyone who had the map I needed. Just a vision in the years of the unheeded. Work that built the thing before the thing existed. My mother said, you stubborn, I said, I'm consistent. Those are different, and the difference is the outcome. Stubborn hits the wall, it screams the income. Or the consistent is the wall becomes a door. If you keep working at the same place, that's the law of the decade of the practice before anyone is watching. From the jump, I had the plan, I kept notching the small ones on the belt, while the big one was still years ahead, still undone, still theoretical. That's the jump, the place before the proof where you decide to stay in the race.
From the jump, I said I'd make it out the right way.
From the jump,
From the jump, I said I'd make it out the right way.
Year 4 was the year I almost talked myself out of it. The math was close, but not close enough to shout about it. One more year of the deposit with no return visible. The faith was at the level of the minimal. I told nobody, kept the doubt internal, and kept working at the same external rate as the years when the faith was full. That's the jump, sustained through the pull. The reasonable, reasonable, adjust, accept. I didn't accept, I kept. Year 5 the compound, but
broke the surface for the first time. Not the breakthrough, just the first sign. After years when I'd wasted a particular light, the first signal in the noise, the first night of light. In the room, I've been building in the dark. From the jump to the light is the whole arc.
From the jump, I said I nigga I can ride with.
From the jump.
From the jump, I said I nigga I can ride with.
17 with the notebook.
Still writing from the jump.
17 with the notebook.
Still writing from the jump.
17 with the notebook.
Still writing from the jump.
17 with the notebook.
Still writing from the jump.
17.
17
from the jump. Yeah. 17, yeah.
From the jump.
Yeah.
All in, chips on the table, no reserve. All in,
Every ounce of what I got in every curve of the road.
all in is the only gear I know.
Half measures guide.
Nowhere to go.
I don't do the partial, don't do the almost try. Don't do the I was going to, but the timing wasn't right. The timing is never right, the conditions never align into the perfect moment you've been waiting to assign. Your full commitment to that moment doesn't come. You go all in on the imperfect and you run with what you have in the conditions that exist. That's the only version of committed that persists into actual results. The theoretical all in that waits for perfect is the comfortable stalling mechanism of the person who wants the outcome, but not the risk of the full sin, full commitment to the thing before the guarantee. All in means before the guarantee, not after. See,
All in, chips on the table, no reserve. All in, chips on the table, no reserve. All in, chips on the table, no reserve. All in,
Yeah.
chips on the table, no reserve.
I went all in on the craft in year 3 when there was zero evidence it would be anything other than a thing I didn't kept. No return on paper, no contract, no concept of the payoff visible from where I stood. All in anyway because the work was good, and the good work was its own sufficient reason. Not every all in has a winning season at the end of it, but every half measure definitely doesn't. So
I took the treasure
of the uncertainty and called it the price of the commitment. And I didn't think twice. 7 years later, the all-in made a compound that a half measure would have never found. Not because the outcome was guaranteed by the bet, but because the full commitment is the only net wide enough to catch the thing when it arrives.
all in.
That's how the work survives.
All in, chips on the table, no reserve. All in, chips on the table, no reserve.
Today's session, all in from the first rep. No saving energy for a later step. Spend it all, log it all, leave it here. Come back tomorrow with a full tank, that's clear.
All in,
Every session, every year.
all in,
Every session.
all in, chips on the table, no reserve.
All in.
All in, chips on the table, no reserve.
Full send. No reserve. All in. Go.
Around 7 when the light starts a slow divorce from the day, the flight of the other kids to dinner, the right angles of the shadows stretching, the tight, window between 7 and 4 dark. That belongs to me in the ballpark. Keeper of this hour, the park. Lamp hasn't kicked in yet. The art of the shot visible against the still blue sky. The ball in the rim and the why of this ritual, the high of the made shot, heard by nobody to dry. Crack of the chain net in the silence of the empty court. The violence of the day reduced to the guidance of the ball through the air, the alliance.
Half court at dusk, the rim still warm from the sun. The court is mine, everybody gone, just me and the run of the ball through the chain, the only sound on the block. Half court at dusk, the whole world stops when I rock. The ball in my palm, the rim against the sky. Half court at dusk, hey, just me, the ball, the wide. Oh yeah.
I shoot the same shot 100 times. The muscle, memory in the dust. The hustle of the day replaced by the rustle of my sneakers on the asphalt. Tussle between me and the rim. The conversation, the repetition is the station of my body learning. The migration of the shot from the hands to the foundation of the legs, the knees, the core, the chest, the follow through that I obsess over in the dusk. The blessed solitude of the empty court. The rest of the world eating dinner while I shoot the same shot. The pursuit of the clean art, the absolute discipline of the root.
Half court at dusk, the rim still warm from the sun. The court is mine, everybody gone, just me and the run of the ball through the chain, the only sound on the block. Half court at dusk, the whole world stops when I rock. The ball in my palm, the rim against the sky. Half court at dusk, half court dusk, just me, the ball, the wide.
The park lamp kicks in at 7:43. I know this because I've been counting. The key to the course, nighttime life. The free throw line illuminated. The spree of the last 20 minutes before I go. The lamp makes the shot different. The glow changes the depth. The shadow of the throw on the pavement to show that I perform for the lamp and the dark. And the rim and the chain, the stark simplicity of the ball in the park. At dusk, the embark journey of 100 shots. The small pilgrimage of the basketball against the chain net. The core of the empty court, the tour.
Half court at dusk, the rim still warm from the sun. The court is mine, everybody gone, just me and the run of the ball through the chain, the only sound on the block. Half court at dusk, the whole world stops when I rock. Ball in my palm, the rim against the sky. Half court at dusk, oh yeah, babe. Just me, the ball, the wide.
7:43 the lamp, 7:50 the walk. Home with the ball under my arm. The talk or the chain net still in my ears. The chalk or the free throw line. The dust, the stalk.
Everybody runs, except the ones who don't have it. The guns of the social divide loaded. The sons of the summer split between the haves and the ones. The jingle hits the block and everybody runs, except the ones who don't have it. The guns of the social divide loaded. The sons of the summer split between the haves and the ones. The truck came every day at 4. The Pavlov of the avenue. The salvo of the jingle trigger in the revolve of every kid on the block. The resolve of the ones with quarters in their pocket. The rocket of the sprint to the window. The socket of the social order. The docket of who could buy and who pretend they didn't want any. The blend of pride and poverty. The men that kids applied to the rent of being left out. I had a quarter, most days the shorter end of the menu, the mortar. The 50-cent decision, the quarter. Yo, the jingle hits the block and everybody runs, except the ones who don't have it. The guns of the social divide loaded. The sons of the summer split between the haves and the ones. Keisha never ran to the truck. She'd sit on the stoop and watch the rest of us. The grit of her composure at 10 years old. The knit of her pride against the admittance of the empty pocket. The way she'd say, I don't want any today. Every day the a display of the lies so consistent it became a ballet of dignity. I knew she wanted the same. 50 Cent bought the game of the truck was a frame for the economics of the block. The name of the divide visible in a jingle. The mingle of the kids at the window. The single file line, the shingle. Yo, the jingle hits the block and everybody runs. Except the ones who don't have it. The guns of the social divide loaded. The sons of the summer split between the haves and the ones. The jingle hits the block and everybody runs. Except the ones who don't have it. The guns of the social divide loaded. The sons of the summer split between the haves and the ones. One day I bought two, walked the second one to the stoop. Said I got an extra, the sun in Keisha's eyes for a second. The run of gratitude, she'd hide the gun. She kept posted, said thanks, like it meant less than it did the ranks of the childhood economy, the banks of the emotional, the flanks of the pride that a 10-year-old carries. When the jingle comes and the truck tarries at the corner long enough for the varies between the haves and the fairies of the pretend. I learned more about the world from the ice cream store on wheels than from the law of any classroom. The core, the jingle hits the block and everybody runs. Except the ones who don't have it. The guns of the social divide loaded. The sons of the summer split between the haves and the ones. The jingle still plays every summer at 4. Keisha moved to 98, the store on wheels still dividing the score of the block, the economics of the poor. Wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer. The Q20 feel it and the Q25 lead from the same style. I took the wrong one to drop on my stomach when the landmark stopped. Head matching the crop of buildings I didn't recognize and swap on my neighborhood for someone else's. The chop of the familiar into the strange. The shop on the corner different from mine. The pop of anxiety behind the calm face. I was performing 11 years old. The chase between composure and panic. The space between knowing where you are and the grace required to figure it out. I stayed on the bus past 6 more stops. The plus of the wrong direction adding up the fuss. I didn't make the internal cuss. Wrong bus, wrong bus, wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumble with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus killer. I got off at a stop that had a gas station, a payphone and a deli. The rationale decision of the 11-year-old. The station of my problem solving, the frustration controlled. I had 35 cents in the transfer. The math of the return, the answer in the route map behind the glass. The dancer between panic and precision. The cancer of the unknown that I was performing surgery on. Found the return, bust the morning light of the solution. The warning system of my instincts. The adorning of the mistake with the lesson. Wrong bus became the best navigation course. The plus of the error. The knowledge that the cuss of the unfamiliar builds a wrong bus. Wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumble with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, wrong filler, wrong bus. Wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumble with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer. I got home 40 minutes late. Didn't tell anybody what happened to Shell. Of the experience kept private. The well of confidence, it filled the bell of the lesson ringing every wrong turn after. That first one carried the laughter of the 11-year-old who mastered the returns, the plastered composure of the kid on the wrong bus who figured it out. No fuss, no tears, just the trust of the problem solved alone. The surplus of the lesson. I take the wrong bus on purpose now sometimes to discuss on with the unfamiliar. The plus, the error, the trust, error, wrong bus, wrong bus, wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumble with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer. 35 cents in a transfer got me home. The wrong bus taught me more than the right. The chrome of the payphone still in my hand. The poem of the error. The wrong bus, the lesson song. every floor. A different kitchen, the law of the building in the air before. You see it, Dominican on the floor below us, Jamaican 2 flights down the core of the building's identity in the spore. Of the dinner hour, I climb the store, smells every evening. The pour of the stairwells, information by the third flight. The temperature drops, the night cold seeping through the window. The fight of the building against January, the blight of the broken window on the landing. The super standing, promise to fix it, the demanding routine of the 5-flight branding. And the radiator talks all night, clanking. It's the only heat, the fight between the building and the cold. The right sound of home, 5 flights and the radiator light. And the radiator talks all night, clanking. It's the only heat, the fight between the building and the cold. The right sound of home, 5 flights and the radiator light. The radiator in my room has a personality. The clank at midnight, the reality of the steam fighting through the pipes. The quality of the heat inconsistent. The modality of the building, circulatory system. The rhythm of the clanking hits the prism of sound that I memorize. The schism between the cold wall and the hot pipe, the ripe smell of the paint peeling. The gripe of the building agent, the type of sound that means home to me now. The radiator's vow to fight the cold, the plow of the steam through the pipes, the down. 5 flights up and the radiator talks all night, clanking. It's the only heat, the fight between the building and the cold. The right sound of home, 5 flights and the radiator light. I slept at a friend's house once. The quiet kept me up all night. The diet of silence that the heating provided. The riot of the missing clank, the pilot. Lighted the furnace, humming steady was wrong to me already. Trained on the unsteady rhythm of the radiator. The heady realization that home is the specific sound of your building, the terrific clanking that drive the scientific mind of the outsider crazy. The prolific music of the pipes. 5 flights, up and the radiator fights. The cold all winter. The right of the building. The right 5 flights up and the radiator talks all night, clanking. It's the only heat, the fight between the building and the cold. The right sound of home, 5 flights and the radiator light. And the radiator talks all night, clanking. It's the only heat, the fight between the building and the cold. The right sound of home, 5 flights and the radiator light. The building's still there. The radiator still clanks. 5 flights up through the cooking. The ranks of the stairwell smells the thanks. I owe the building. The ranks. The ranks. 5 flights.
I keep a list in my head of everybody who said I couldn't, it's my fuel to thread. I pull when the effort feels dead. The list I keep, the fire I'm fed. I keep a list in my head of everybody who said I couldn't, it's my fuel to thread. I pull when the effort feels dead. The list I keep, the fire I'm fed.
Mrs. Patterson in 3rd grade said I'd amount to the average at best account of an estimation written on a fount of my memory. The surmountable insult of a teacher's low ceiling. The feeling of being measured and found dealing in the currency of the unrevealing. Potential she couldn't see past the quiet. In the back row, the riot. Inside me invisible, the diet of her expectations. The pious dismissal, she goes on the list. The first name written in the ledger of the game. I play with myself, the flame lit by the doubt, the claim. I keep a list in my head of everybody who said I couldn't, it's my fuel to thread. I pull when the effort feels dead. The list I keep, the fire I'm fed. I keep a list in my head of everybody who said I couldn't, it's my fuel to thread. I pull when the effort feels dead. The list I keep, the fire I'm fed. Darius said I couldn't ball, goes on the list. The insistence of his dismissal, the persistence of my practice in the distance between his opinion and my morning court. The sort of fuel that you can't pour or manufacture. The fort built from the bricks of doubt that other people hand you. The cloud of the disbelief, the stout refusal to accept the route of someone else's estimation. The coach who cut me from the team, the approach of using every slight as the brooch on the jacket of my effort, the encroach.
Brass stab alone bass on one kick, hard vinyl snare two.
The list is 12 names long, specific faces attached to specific moments of dismissal. The terrific fuel of the catalog, the horrific beauty of the doubt converted into drive. I don't hate them, the alive wire of the list is the archive of my motivation. The 5 a.m. mornings explain, the late nights explain the freight of the list, pushing the weight of the effort forward. The great irony that the doubt is built, the engine, the quilt of my persistent stitch from the spilt estimates of the 12, the guilt for use of another's low opinion. The lit. I keep a list in my head of everybody who said I couldn't. It's my fuel, the thread I pull when the effort feels dead. The list I keep, the fire I'm fed. I keep a list in my head of everybody who said I couldn't. It's my fuel, the thread I pull when the effort feels dead. The list I keep, the fire I'm fed. 12 names, 12 faces, 12 moments burned into the ledger of the lessons learned. Mrs. Patterson, I hope the list has turned into something she respect to earn.
The barbershop knows every story that mattered, every argument settled, every secret scattered across the 8 chairs since 1971. The barbershop knows the work gets done. Mr. Eddie's shop on the corner of Fulton and Bond. 8 chairs, the same 8 chairs since beyond. My memory starts Saturday morning was the court of the neighborhood. The report on who got married, who got hired, who got locked up, who came home. The plot of every significant event passed through that chair. I started going at 5, knew the rhythm of the place before I knew my own name. Fully the barbershop ran in its own flame. A conversation, political debates that got loud and quiet when somebody's mother walked by. The crowd outside waiting on a Saturday was the whole block compressed in the folding chairs. The clock ran different and the time was the haircut, not the album.
Mr. Eddie retired in 96 after 40 years. The shop passed to his nephew. The fears that the institution would die with him turned out wrong. The rhythm continued because the rhythm wasn't him alone. It was the chairs, the weight, the tone of the place that the neighborhood had built together. Over 4 decades, the nephew learned the better half of the trade from watching the way the conversation moves and speaks when to play of respect between the elder customers and the young. I got my son's first haircut there. The tongue of the place hasn't changed. The barbershop knows everything that happened. The barbershop shows what the block actually is when you look right. Barbershop knows. Barbershop knows. Barbershop knows. Barbershop knows every story that mattered. 25 years going to the same shop now. Different barbers, same chairs, the same crowd. Energy on Saturday morning. The barbershop knows I'm part of what it knows. That's how it goes. Barbershop knows. Barbershop knows every story that mattered. Every organ is settled. Every organ is settled. Every organ is settled. Every organ is settled. Fulton and Bond, 8 chairs. Barbershop knows. 40 years, still there, still know, still know.
Looking like a kid, walked out and they knew my name. $2, hit this chair, the mirror showing something new.
The fade was just a haircut, but the confidence true.
$2 fade on a Saturday morning changed the whole game. Walked in looking like a kid, walked out and they knew my name. $2 Victor's chair, the mirror showing someone new. The fade was just a haircut, but the confidence was true.
I've been cutting my own hair with clippers from the store. The results were inconsistent. The wall between what I wanted and what I got, the sore. Subject of the uneven line, the floor of the bathroom covered in my failures. As self-improvement, the jailers of my confidence were the mirrors, the sailors. Of the compliment, I wanted the retailers of cool I couldn't afford. Victor charged $2 in '94. The scholars of the fade, the hollers of recognition from the block, the callers of your name when you look right. The tight line of the fade against the light of the Saturday morning, the sight of myself transformed the flight. $2 fade on a Saturday morning changed the whole game. Walked in looking like a kid, walked out, they knew my name. $2 Victor's chair, the mirror showing someone new. The fade was just a haircut, but the confidence was through. Walk home from Victor's chair, the specific way the air hit the fresh line. The terrific precision of the edge, the prolific attention to the detail, the scientific exactness of what $2 bought in terms of how the world responded. The caught breath of recognizing something taught in one haircut. That presentation wrought results. Keisha from the 5th floor looked at me different. The young cook, confidence I've been carrying suddenly cooked into something visible. The book appointment I keep every 2 weeks after. The first one, the laughter of my older cousin said after. The fade you walk different, the rafter. $2 fade on a Saturday morning changed the whole game. Walked in looking like a kid, walked out, they knew my name. $2 Victor's chair, the mirror showing someone new. The fade was just a haircut, but the confidence true. Victor taught me something in that chair beyond the blade. The preparation is the work, the trade of attention for result, the grade you give yourself before the world does. The aid of the mirror is the honesty. The line you draw around yourself, the sign you send to everybody, the fine print of how you carry yourself. The line between invisible and present, the wine of self-position poured at 12 years old to delve into who you're presenting. The shelf of the old version, $2 in the pocket. Victor's clippers on my head, the socket of the light above the chair, the locket of the moment, the fade, the rocket of walking home new, the clean edge against the Saturday morning, the ledge of childhood. I was standing on the pledge of the $2 fade, the ledge between before and after. The confidence that starts at the hairline, the evidence that the smallest investment, the benevolence of $2 changed everything since. $2 fade on a Saturday morning changed the whole game. Walking looking like a kid, walked out and they knew my name. $2 Victor's chair, the mirror showing someone new. The fade was just a haircut, but the confidence was true. Victor still charges $5 now. Then the inflation of the blade, the lesson hasn't changed. The careful trade of potential for result, the Everglade, confidence that started with a $2 fade.
Window seat on the A train, Harlem sliding by. Every block a different color in the fading sky. I don't know where I'm headed yet, but I can feel it pull. Window seat on the A train, 10 years old and full of something I can't name. Every building passing through the glass, a question I'll spend my whole life answering to.
Yo, the O train at 145th, the golden hour. When the sun drops through the elevated track, the power lines casting shadows on the platform. The shower, orange light across the seats. The tower of the city happening outside my window. I ride past my stop on perp, the slow indulgence of the extra station, the glow that nobody asked for. The tempo of the train matching something in my pulse. I'm 10 and I already convulse with the one and the repulse and attraction of the city, the false calmness I project sitting in the window seat. My sneakers barely reaching the floor. The beat of the track underneath me, the sweet collision of the light in the street.
Window seat on the A train, Harlem sliding by. Every block a different color in the fading sky. I don't know where I'm headed yet, but I can feel it pull. Window seat on the A train, 10 years old and full of something I can't name. Every building passing through the glass, a question I'll spend my whole life answering to.
Yeah.
The man across from me reads a paper folded tight. His whole world compressed to the width of a commute. The sight of efficiency, the woman with the bags and night shift written in a posture. Every right angle of the tired, I collect them from my seat. The businessman who sleeps through express stops the fleet of daily warriors commuting the defeat and victory visible to each other. The complete picture only visible to the kid who's riding past. His stop on purpose cataloging the vast museum of the A train. Every cast of character I need is in this last car. The door between the carriages, the rush of tunnel air, the hush when we surface at the bridge, the flush of sunset on
Window
this
seat on the A train, Harlem sliding by. Every block a different color in the fading sky. I don't know where I'm headed yet, but I can feel it pull. Window seat on the A train, 10 years old and full of something I can't name. Every building passing through the glass, a question I'll spend my whole life answering to.
I ride to the end sometimes, far rock away the whole map of the A train. Memorize the role of the passenger who goes the distance, the scroll of the city, unrolling the toll of the extra hour worth the education of the ride, the simple fascination of a child with the transportation of himself across the conversation of the city. Every stop a chapter I read before, but differently each time. The thread changes with the light and the day. The bread crumb trail of the A train, the widespread curriculum of the window seat. I press my face against the glass and I confess to the sunset that I'm ready. The express understanding of the 10-year-old. The yes, the yes, the yes.
Window seat on the A train, Harlem sliding by. Every block a different color in the fading sky. I don't know where I'm headed yet, but I can feel it pull. Window seat on the A train, 10 years old and full of something I can't name. Every building passing through the glass, a question I'll spend my whole life answering to.
Far Rockaway and back, the whole line memorized. The A train was my school before I realized. Every sunset from the window, every bridge surprise. 10 years old and ready, window seat, my eyes wide.
Every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer. Wrong bus, wrong direction. Every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus,
Q for the Kugum in the cubes when the pride leave from the same stop. I took the wrong one to drop on my stomach when the landmark stopped. Pad matching the crop of buildings I didn't recognize. The swap of my neighborhood for someone else's. The chop of the familiar into the strange. The shop on the corner different from mine. The pop of anxiety behind the calm face. I was performing, 11 years old. The chase between composure and panic. The space between knowing where you are and the grace required to figure it out. I stayed on the bus past 6 more stops. The plus of the wrong direction adding up. The fuss, I didn't make the internal cuss.
Wrong bus, wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer. Wrong bus, wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer.
I got off at a stop that had a gas station, a payphone and a deli. The ration, our decision of the 11-year-old. The station of my problem solving, the frustration controlled. I had 35 cents in a transfer. The math of the return, the answer in the route map behind the glass. The dancer between panic and precision. The cancer of the unknown that I was performing. Surgery on, found a return bus the morning. Light of the solution, the warning system of my instincts. The adorning of the mistake with the lesson. Wrong bus became the best navigation course. The plus of the error, the knowledge that the cuss of the unfamiliar builds the trust.
Wrong bus, wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer. Wrong bus, wrong direction, every block
block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining, wrong bus, killer.
I got home 40 minutes late, didn't tell anybody what happened. The shell of the experience kept private. The well of confidence, it filled the bell of the lesson ringing every wrong turn after. That first one carried the laughter of the 11-year-old who mastered the return, the plastered composure of the kid on the wrong bus, who figured it out. No fuss, no tears, just the trust of the problem solved alone. The surplus of the lesson. I take the wrong bus on purpose now sometimes to discuss. I'm with the unfamiliar, with the plus of the era, the trust. Hey,
Wrong bus, wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer. Wrong bus, wrong direction, every block unfamiliar. The street signs mean something different. The pillar of what I knew crumbling with each stop. The filler of my confidence draining. Wrong bus, killer.
35 cents in a transfer got me home. The wrong bus taught me more than the right. The chrome of the payphone still in my hand. The poem of the era. The wrong bus, the lesson soul.
Y'all money.
Money, mile from my mile, from my mile, from my mile.
New kicks, old socks, the respect lasted till Monday. Saved 4 months for a single Sunday. Parade around the block, the one day. King of the avenue, the runway. 4 months of sweeping stoops and carrying bags. The calendar of my savings, the rags of my patience. Wearing thin, the tags still on the sneakers in the window. The flags of my ambition planted in a shoe store glass. The daily walk past the display, the mass of wanting compressed into the brass. Tax of the price tag, the class. System of the block measured in footwear. The hierarchy of the soul, the wear. Pattern of respect, the fair or unfair distribution of the stare. At a fresh pair commands, I counted every dollar, every quarter mounted. The total slowly to surmount it. Weeks of labor, the recounted. New kicks, old socks, the respect lasted till Monday. Saved 4 months for a single Sunday. Parade around the block, the one day. King of the avenue, the runway. New kicks, old socks, the respect lasted till Monday. Saved 4 months for a single Sunday. Parade around the block, the one day. King of the avenue, the run. Sunday morning, I laced them up, the crease. Perfect, the walk outside, the lease. On attention, every head turn. Piece to recognize the increase in my visibility. Instant, the block, responding to the shoe. The clock of respect, ticking loud. The stock of my standing rising with each block I walk. Keisha noticed, Victor nodded. The older kids who usually plotted past me stopped, the compliment loaded. In the glance, the social code decoded. In a pair of sneakers, Sunday was the peak. But Monday came in the mystique. Already fading, the technique of the fresh pair wearing off the critique. New kicks, old socks, the respect lasted till Monday. Saved 4 months for a single Sunday. Parade around the block, the one day. King of the avenue, the runway. New kicks, old socks, the respect lasted till Monday. Saved 4 months for a single Sunday. Parade around the block, the one day. King of the avenue, the run. By Wednesday they were just shoes. The scuff on the toe already telling the bluff. Of the purchase exposed the stuff. Of the block's attention span, the rough. Math of the investment. 4 months of sweat for a Sunday and nod. The net return on the sneaker, the bet. That respect could be bought. The debt of the lesson, it couldn't. The shoe, aged in the regular, in the queue. Of the block's attention, the view. From Wednesday, different from Sunday. The clue I needed at 12 that the purchase spec has a shelf life to check. Box of the sneaker, the wreck, illusion. New kicks, old socks, the unchecked. New kicks, old socks, the respect lasted till Monday. Saved 4 months for a single Sunday. Parade around the block, the one day. King of the avenue, the runway. New kicks, old socks, the respect respect lasted till Monday. Save 4 months for a single Sunday. Parade around the block, the one day. King of the avenue, the runway. The sneakers wore out by December. The shelf of the closet. 4 months of the self. Invested in the soul, the stealth. Lesson of the block. Respect ain't wealth.
Yo, grandma's loan, she pulled the envelope from under the mattress. No pity in the gesture, just hope. Grandma's loan, fate not pity. Grandma's loan for me, the whole city. I was 22, the idea of the secondhand clothes shop in the empty storefront on the boulevard. The flows were right, the rent was reasonable, the space available. I was short $600 for the capital to start the first stock, the paint for the wall, the deposit. I asked my grandmother the total of a personal savings, saved over years of small pensions, contained exactly the amount of years she spent saving that she gave to me. In one afternoon, no paper sign, no banking records, just a word in mind. The respecting of each other was enough. She said, pay me back when you can. The project started on the trust of an 80-year-old woman who believed in her grandson more than any banker would. Grandma's loan, 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 grandma's loan. I paid it back over 14 months in pieces of 40. Every time I brought her the money, she said, you don't have to, I'd answer, yes I do. The debt to her wasn't only financial, it was true. Depth of respect for her, trust the last payment I brought with flowers of cold. That winter she said, now I know, I judge you right, the shop held 5 years strong. My grandmother came to the opening, to the closing. 5 years later when I sold for another path, grandma's loan financed more than the shop. The trust of a woman who believed the more important part of the story isn't the money, it's the faith. Grandma's loan, 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 grandma's loan. My grandmother's been gone 6 years. I think of her every time someone asks me for help. The cord she pulled that day still runs through what I give. Grandma's loan, the trust that continues to live. Grandma's loan, 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 grandma's loan. 22 the mattress, $600, 14 months repaid. Grandma's loan. Grandma's loan. Yeah. The Rio wall, yo Rio wall.
Wednesday morning and the rent is due in 2 days flat. 460 and I'm short 100, that's the math that keeps the project mothers up at 3 a.m. The path between the paycheck and the due date, the wrath of the housing office for the late fee, the bath, a cold sweat at the kitchen table, the laugh of the budget stripped, the bone, the aftermath of the electric bill that came in high, the staff of the building knocking Friday 9 a.m. exact, the envelope or the notice, the pack between the tenant and the deadline, the fact of the 100 missing, the abstract. Terror made specific in the math. I watch this every month from the hallway to botch. Budget that my mother passed and scotch together. The 100 always snatched.
Rent due Friday and the math don't add.
Rent due Friday.
The only fight she ever had was with the numbers on the table every month.
Rent due Friday.
The weight of every month. Rent due Friday and the math hurry on.
Wednesday afternoon she hit the phone, the list of the people she could call, the fist of the pride she'd swallow, the twist of the ass her sister first, the kiss, teeth on the other end said I'm short too this month, the blunt reality of the shared struggle, the front of the family stretched thin, the stunt of the bootstrap in the projects, the aunt who couldn't help because the haunt of the same deadline, the gone budget of the family, the John to the check cash in place on Thursday morning, pawn the ring of mother gave her the morning, quick and private, the adorning of the sacrifice priced up for warning.
Rent due Friday and the math don't add.
Rent due Friday.
The only fight she ever had was with the numbers on the table every month.
Rent due Friday.
The weight of every month. Rent due Friday and the math don't add.
Rent due Friday.
The only fight she ever had was with the numbers on the table every month. The weight of every month.
Friday at 8:50, she had the envelope ready. The ring money, plus the shift, plus the steady contribution of the aunt who found it, the heady. Relief of the deadline met the eddy. Of the monthly crisis resolved till next month, when the same hunt would begin again, the blunt. Cycle of the project, rent the front. She put on for us at breakfast, said everything's fine, a divine performance of the mother on the line. Between collapse and compose the mind. Field of the budget navigated once more. The score settled till the next first of the month. The core of the building's economy, the floor.
Rent due Friday and the math don't add.
Rent due Friday.
The only fight she ever had was with the numbers on the table every month.
Rent due Friday.
The weight of every hunt. Rent due Friday and the math don't add.
Rent due Friday.
The only fight she ever had was with the numbers on the table every month.
The weight of every hunt.
The weight of every hunt. Rent due Friday and the math don't add.
The ring came back in February. She saved for it. The math of the missing hundreds, bit by bit.
Rent due Friday, the monthly grit.
Of the project mother, the infinite split.
Yo, and yo, it's still doing all like a movie or a play. We hop on that track, yeah. Yo, you hop on that track, yeah. Yo, you hop on that track, yeah. Yo, we all that.
Secondhand fresh, $3 and I'm looking clean. The Salvation on Fulton got the best they've ever seen. You can't tell the difference when the fit is mean. Secondhand fresh, the thrift store magazine. Secondhand fresh, $3 and I'm looking clean. The Salvation on Fulton got the best they've ever seen. You can't tell the difference when the fit is mean. Secondhand fresh, the thrift store. Everybody on the block thought the gear was retail. The detail of the fit so precise they derail their own confidence. The trail of the compliment from Keisha to the avenue's end. The spend was $3 and some time to blend. Of the patience and the eye, the trend that I set from the thrift rack, the top shelf of the Salvation Army, the stealth. Shopping on a Tuesday, the wealth of the overlook, the health of my wardrobe built from other people's discards. The wizards of the thrift know the blizzards of the new arrivals. Tuesday, the lizards. Yo. Secondhand fresh, $3 and I'm looking clean. The Salvation on Fulton got the best they've ever seen. You can't tell the difference when the fit is mean. Secondhand fresh, the thrift store magazine. The secret was the timing, Tuesdays and the Thursdays, the worst days for the retail shoppers. The first waves of the new donations, the burst phase of the rack. I walk the aisle systematic, the pragmatic, eye for the fabric, the dramatic difference between the automatic buyer and the studied one. I check the seams, the dreams of the previous owner in the reams of the stitching, the gleams of equality hidden in the rack, the knack of the thrift shopper, the track record of the finest stack. Secondhand fresh, $3 and I'm looking clean. The Salvation on Fulton got the best they've ever seen. You can't tell the difference when the fit is mean. Secondhand fresh, the thrift store magazine. Victor asked me where I got the jacket. I said a spot. He nodded like he knew the plot of the thrift kept private. The lot of the secondhand stigma, the trot of the ego that says use means less. The mess of the status symbol, the duress of the brand name, the finesse of the $3 jacket that looked like 30. The dirty secret of the well-dressed, the 30. Looks I got that weak, the flirty attention of the avenue, the cost analysis of the style I toss together from the bin, the gloss over origin of the fresh, the cross. Secondhand fresh, $3 and I'm looking clean. The Salvation on Fulton got the best they've ever seen. You can't tell the difference when the fit is mean. Secondhand fresh, the thrift store magazine.
Yo, I perhaps night. 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 Yo, I perhaps night.
The Salvation on Fulton changed locations twice, but the Tuesday rack still holds the price of the $3 kingdom, the vice of the fresh, secondhand, precise.
the heat pushed outside, the stoops like this. See, Stoop Hours,
The best channel in the city,
the streets,
performing for us.
every stoop a different view.
Stoop Hours.
9 to midnight, the whole block knew.
Yeah. After dinner, the stoop belongs to us. The concrete stage of the evening, the complete transfer of life from inside to the street. The radiator of the day still in the heat of the steps. I press my palm flat, feel the store. Warmth of a July that poured itself into the stone, the board of the stoop, my throne, the cord of the block's evening, pulled tight between every stoop tonight. Coming slow, the light of the street lamps warming up. It's like buzz before the full glow. The mosquitoes and the music from the second floor. The vetoes of the mothers calling from the windows. The Cheetos bag pass between us on the concrete, the credos.
Stoop Hours, 9 to midnight, the whole avenue breathing. Summer in the Bronx, every building seething with the heat pushed outside. The stoops like theater. See, Stoop Hours,
The best channel in the city, the streets.
Stoop Hours, 9 to midnight, the whole block knew.
The man on the corner stoop plays chess against himself. Every evening, the health of his mind maintained by the stealth of the night. The commonwealth of the stoop. The woman 3 doors down who sings gospel under her breath. The crown of the evening, her voice a gown of sound that covers the brownstone and the concrete. The kids from the 4th floor playing between the lids of the fire hydrant. The biz for attention from the younger kids to the old. The whole social contract of the avenue visible. The exact position of every stoop and artifact of the summer's evening. The pack.
Stoop Hours, 9 to midnight, the whole avenue breathing.
Summer in the Bronx.
Every building seething with the heat pushed outside. The stoops like theater. See, Stoop Hours,
The best channel in the city, the streets.
Stoop Hours, every stoop a different view.
Stoop Hours.
9 to midnight, the whole block knew.
By 11, the crowd thins, the younger kids called in. The stoops belonging to the older, the den. Reduce the conversations in the thin line of the radio, the violin of somebody's record player on the fire escape. The evening softening into the drape of the almost midnight, the shape of the block changing the crepe of the later hour. I'm still out, pushing the curfew, the shout of my name from the window. The clout of the mother's voice against the devout. Wish to stay forever on the stoop. The summer night, refusing to droop. In the sleep, the troop of the evening called in, the loop.
Stoop Hours, 9 to midnight, the whole avenue breathing.
Summer in the Bronx.
Every building seething with the heat pushed outside. The stoops like theater. See, Stoop Hours,
The best channel in the city, the streets.
Stoop Hours, every stoop a different view.
Stoop Hours.
9 to midnight, the whole block knew.